Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate and I love all things makeup, beauty, skincare, and fun. Today we are going to be doing a full face of my favorite products from my favorite Black owned makeup brands. That being said, a lot of these products are just my favorites in general, but for the sake of a theme, that is the theme of today. If you enjoy this type of content, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. Would also love it if you would subscribe to my channel down below. And without any further ado, let's go. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to be doing a full face of my favorite Black owned makeup beauty brands. And these are some of my favorite, not only Black owned beauty brand products, but products in my collection. So I already did my brows, primarily because doing brows on camera is not only a pain in the butt, but nobody loves watching it. But that being said, I did use this by the Lip Bar. This is their Quick Draw 2-in-1 Brow Gel and Pencil. It is their highbrow. The gel part of this, it's not going to be one of those gels that's gonna give you extreme hold. It's really just to add some pigment and make the brows look a little bit more realistic. We're gonna go ahead and prime the skin, and to do that we're gonna use this by Danessa Myricks. This is her, let's see here, Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm Powder. So I've seen so many people use this as a foundation, and I know she has different shades. That being said, I've never tried it as a foundation, but I do really enjoy it as a primer. So I just grabbed some on my little fingies here, and I will say that I have combination oily skin, and I am 34 years old. I also have very textured skin. So for me, this product is perfecto because it is more so, in my opinion, something that if you have excess oil is going to combat that a bit. And I feel like it really does do a beautiful job of like drying down to a soft powdery finish. And for me, that tends to work out because especially in the summer or fall months when it's really warm out, I feel like this really does a nice job of like combating that oil that otherwise is just all too eager to poke through. We're gonna let our primer set and we're gonna go into the eyes. I did already prime my eyes. For the eyes, we're gonna go in with a Pat McGrath palette. How appropriate. And the palette that we're gonna go in with today is her Utopian Dream palette. This is my favorite palette that I have from her. I do only have a couple. I have this one, I have the Divine Rose, and then I have a little quad. I'm sure you know, but Pat McGrath is so darn expensive, especially for eyeshadows. But that being said, she makes one of my favorite mainstream formulas. We're gonna just take a fluffy brush and go in with this shade here and throw that right in the crease. I'm now going to go in with this darker brown shade and we're going to just pop that. I'm going to use the same brush and we're going to just pop that on the outer corner. We might blend a little bit into the crease, but I do want to just build a little bit of depth. And again, because Pat McGrath shadows tend to be more pigmented, I am trying to be mindful of that and go in with a light hand and build instead of getting too much pigment and being overwhelmed. The first shade we're going to go into is kind of the obvious choice, and it is this bright purple. I cannot wait. And then with the other side of that brush, we're going to go into this, it's kind of a duochrome shade. It's like pink to white to gold. And we're going to pop that just on the inner part of the eye. I hope you guys can like start to see why Pat McGrath is just so good. Okay, so we're good with the eyes for right now. We're gonna hop into complexion. So for complexion, we're going to go in with a couple different products, or several, I should say, different products. For foundation, we're gonna go in with this one by Danessa Myricks. This is her Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. This is in the shade 3P. This is admittedly a hair too light for me, but we're gonna try to make it work. That being said, I'm gonna go in with two different concealers today. The other one is by Pat McGrath, and this is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. This is in the shade LM9. This is a little bit too dark for me, so I'm kind of hoping that between these two we can get closer to the shade that I need. I do most of my beauty shopping online, which convenience wise is indeed convenient, but sometimes it makes shade matching a little bit tricky. And I also have this new concealer by Fenty, and this is her Wear Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer. So this I got in this shade 170C. So I am looking forward to this. I'm going to start by putting down this one by Fenty, just under the eyes a bit, with the goal of having it sit there a little bit can help it to provide more full coverage. But I do love this foundation. I do need to get the correct shade, but I don't want to waste money. So I would like to try to make this shade work for me for right now. And I'm gonna just mix in, because you can see it's like pretty light. I'm gonna just mix in a little bit of this Pat McGrath, just to try to give a little bit of depth to the situation. We're gonna set the under eyes, and to do that, we're gonna use this one by Pat McGrath. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. Before we set the rest of the face, we're going to go in with this one. This is her Yummy Skin Cream Blush, and this is the shade It Girl. She did actually just release this finally, like as a single, but I bought this when it came out last fall. Now we're going to go in and just set the rest of our face with our Pat McGrath powder. I'm just going to use a powder puff for this. For bronzer today, we're going to go in with this one by Fenty. This is her Sunstalker matte bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. I believe this is the second darkest. For blush, we're going to hop into this palette here by Juvia's Place, and this is their Volume 4. This went viral last year, and I was pretty upset when I didn't get my hands on it the first go around, so I'm very happy to have it now. We're going to start with this more pale color, and then we're going to just do a single tap into Juvia's Place, pat it on the back of our hand real quick, and then go. I'm going to go ahead and set my face, and to do that I'm going to use this one by Patrick Starr. This is his On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. For highlight today, we're going to go in with this oldie but goodie. This is by Beauty Bakery, and this is their Milk and Honey palette. And this is what this looks like. You can see this is definitely the preferred, or has been the preferred shade, but I think we're gonna kind of dip between these two. So this top one is called Oh Honey, and then this bottom one here is called Spoiler Alert. Okay, so for lips today, we have a couple of different things we're going to use. We're going to go in with this lipstick by Propa Beauty, and this is in the shade Finesse. I think that's super pretty. Propa Beauty is an indie Black-owned makeup brand who sell, at this point, I'm fairly confident, only lipsticks. They actually, I was like pretty concerned about them for a bit. And I was concerned that they had like disappeared off the face of the earth, but so I'm fairly sure they're back. They interacted with a post that I had made, so If you were somebody that was also worried about like where in the world is Propa Beauty, it does look like they're back on social media. I'm hoping we'll see some new launches from them this year because I really do love this formula. It's more of a satin formula, but it's like very comfortable on the lips, very beautiful on the lips. I do hope that they'll include some lighter shades. That being said, it's a black owned beauty brand, so I won't be like super shocked if they don't do more like super light shades, because for folks that have melanin in their skin, obviously that might not be like the most flattering. Then for gloss, we're gonna go in with this one by Fenty, and this is in the shade Hot Chocolate, one of my favorites. This is our finished makeup look using my favorite products from my favorite black owned makeup brands, and honestly just some of my favorite products in general. Both this primer and this setting spray. I feel like if you are someone that has combination or oily skin, these two are a wonderful, wonderful match. I will say this one, I've seen so many people struggle with it, and I don't know what is going on, honestly. Like, I grab some, like enough to, like, I dig my finger in there a bit, and then I spread it out on my face. I let it sit while I do my eyes or my eyebrows or something else, and I have great luck with it. I feel like in terms of a product that is going to actually blur and actually keep things more mattified, this is the GOAT. These two together, game over. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful every single time. I also will say, if you like more of a full coverage foundation, this is also absolutely fantastic. I will say I did not do a great job shade matching, and we were able to get it there. I don't feel like it's stark. I don't feel like I look like a total goofy goober. But the formula on this is really superior. I think that it does a beautiful job providing flawless coverage, and I also think it's one that, I mean, it helps that I have really strong products on underneath in terms of like setting the base up for success, but I do think that this is one of those foundations that is naturally more flattering. Again, if you do not like full coverage, this might not be the one, but I've heard great things about her skin tint as well. Love this cream blush. 10 out of 10, would recommend to a friend. In terms of the concealers, I've known that I've loved this formula for years at this point. It's just a strong contender. It's one that can build up on the coverage, but you can also sheer it out a little bit, but I do think it does a great job of like setting down, providing coverage in the areas that I need it without being too cakey or too muddled up. The Juvia's Place blush is just so good. Look at these cheeks. Look at these cheeks. If you are somebody that maybe likes a more muted cheek and you are around my skin tone, I would say maybe go for one of these that has more of a muted color. I think if I had only gone in with this one, I could have gotten a really soft touch of blush. That being said, that's typically not the look I'm going for, so I really love this duo to be able to mix these two together, pat it out on the back of my hand to get rid of any of that excess, because again, it is highly pigmented and it's going to work for a wide variety of skin tones. If you don't have a ton of melanin, you just want to be super careful that you don't go in too heavy too fast. And I think the eyes are beautiful. I do think that if you like a really special eyeshadow formula especially in terms of shimmer, and you are not looking to buy from an indie brand for one reason or another, her Astral shades are really special. They are really beautiful. Her mattes are also really beautiful. They're easy to blend. They're easy to work with. Her shimmers, I would say, are probably her least impressive formula, and they're still an impressive formula. Look at this. Look at this shade. The Duochrome. It's stunning. It is stunning. And then of course this oldie but goodie from Beauty Bakery. Stunning. The way that it like doesn't create a stripe and it just kind of like blended beautifully. Love it. If I missed any black owned makeup beauty brands that you think I need to get my grubby little paws on, please comment down below. I'm always more than happy to support brands that create quality, innovative products that work just so well. I mean, I feel like the face, speaks for itself. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel down below. And as always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.